Good morning. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who have stuck around, I appreciate every single one of you. This video is just going to be a quick update and a collective message for everybody today. So this is all signs. I just kind of wanted to get back on here, touch base with everybody. It's been a little bit since I've gotten any videos out. And I just want to say, because I feel like collectively, the reason for that is that Scorpio, Taurus, North and South node, right? And I feel like this past month for me has affected not just myself, not just my clients, but everybody as a whole. And with that, you know, we had like this, we're still kind of having this, where there was a bit of a push, you know, a last push through this Taurus and Scorpio North and South node, right? And it has been very heavy on fixed signs, extremely heavy on Scorpio and Taurus, as we're moving through this. And this is going to shift into Aries and Libra on July 16th. So we've got a lot of stuff going on in astrology. I'm not completely up to date right now, but I will say this to each and every single one of you. If you feel as if your life has been stagnant, it's been, you're just not seeing a lot of movement, you're finding yourself in states of contemplation and reflection on situations, understand that this is clearing the path for all of us to make forward movement after these nodes change, right? So, you know, just be cognizant of that. I can tell you in my own personal life, the last 18 months with this North and South node being in Scorpio and Taurus has been excessively challenging for me, but it's been a beautiful journey. So you may also just find yourself, again, as I said, reflecting on a lot of things, how much your life has changed, where it is that you're headed, you know, getting new goals and new ideas underway. You know, we just completed the Buck Moon, you know, the beginning of the week, and happy 4th to everybody. I hope your holiday was safe and wonderful as well. You know, so we have a lot of things just shifting, and I want to tell you, the middle of the month for a lot of us, fast moving energy is coming to play. Any stagnancy, any stuckness, any just stillness that you have felt, know that that is going to shift. And I think for some of you, probably fixed signs, water signs, I would say, if you feel like you've been lacking in energy, it's coming back around to you. So you may have felt the last month as well that you didn't have a lot of energy to just get things done. You weren't feeling it. You felt a little stagnant again. Didn't have a lot of drive or ambition to make things happen, and you may be coming out of that. I speak for myself here. I can't speak for everybody else, but it's been very difficult to find the willpower to focus on more than one thing. So you may even have had some issues, and Spirit is showing me the Ace of Swords in my mind's eye, that, you know, now the fog, it's like the fog is lifting, the fog is clearing, things are going to move forward. I don't have any expectations to things, just be in flow, divine state of flow with the universe and all that is around you. There was something else I wanted to say, and I don't remember what it was. So for, again, those of you who are new to the channel, thank you for jumping on here, listening to me rattle on for a few minutes. But I wanted to touch base with every single one of you and just kind of let you know, why I've been MIA. And I will say this, and so I'm getting all over the place here. New folks, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Not real sure what all kind of videos I'm going to put out there moving forward, but we'll see, right? And then for those, again, of you who have stuck around, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for your patience and understanding. And on that note, the other thing I was going to say to you is this. You know, I noticed a lot of the YouTube readers, the ones that I think are in it for the right reasons, we'll put it that way, they're really good at what they do. I've seen a lot of pauses with quite a few of them as well. Not everybody, but quite a few. And, you know, when we're going through this spiritual journey, you know, whether you call us light workers, healers, you know, guru, I'm not a fan of that word, but whatever you want to, you know, title it as, we have to take time to really digest what it is that's going on in our own world and what it is that we're learning, because without that, we aren't able to do these messages. We're not able to reach out to other people, excuse me, um, in the ways that we need to. We need to really be able to do the inner work before we're able to help other people. And sometimes it is very simple as self-care, and that self-care is just doing nothing, and that's the one thing that I have always said is, doing nothing is doing something. Sometimes our bodies, our minds, our hearts, everything just needs a pause and a time out. So for those, and I, can speak on behalf of myself, not everybody else, but I will say that if you find readers taking a pause, we also have lives behind the camera as well, and that can take a lot of time and energy and effort depending on what we're going through, but we are also transforming as we work to help you transform and change your life and give you, be the conduit for the messages that you need to receive as well. So your love, your understanding, your patience is greatly appreciated on my channel, and I'm sure many of the other readers would second that thought. We go through our own trials and our own tribulations. Getting to this space is not for the faint at heart. You can't just slap a band-aid on it and keep rolling, and keep things as they always are. Consistency is change. Change is always happening. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and do a daily collective message, and I'm hoping this week, as we forge forward, to get more messages out there for you guys. And again, I just want to say thank you so very much to every single one of you who have stuck around. And I hope that you find the messages relate to you. They give you clarity, give you peace, or whatever it is that you're seeking at any given point in time. But remember that not every message will be for you as I do the collective, right? It's an overall energy. It's not tailored to one sign. So some parts may resonate, some parts may not resonate at all with you. Take what you need, leave the rest for somebody else perhaps. And, it can be role reversal as well. So just, pay attention to all of it, right? All right, guys. So let's just jump in here. I'm going to go pull a couple of cards. Today's collective message. And we're going to leave it at that. And then, what do I want to say? We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see where we go from there. Excuse me, but I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your summer has been fantastic here in the States, or, wherever you guys are. I hope everything is going well for you. All right, Spirit. We're going to look at the past situation, the present situation, and the outcome. And Spirit throws me a bunch of cards. I will say this to all of you. I feel like maybe for some of you, it felt like time was of the essence kind of thing. But I think moving forward, that time being of the essence is going to be a bigger thing, going on. Hello, Kitty. And he's back too. You totally just threw me off guard, or off the trail there. 5. 5 is significant of change. And as I said, the middle of the month, July 16th, you may be seeing that a lot of things are changing for you. Maybe the things that you thought were happening a given way or not happening a certain way. But more than anything, Spirit is saying that it's just about the divine flow. As I said, and the things come out of my mouth, they come out for a reason. But that divine flow, it is going to be very important to not try to control and hang on to things. Just be in this state of grace, essentially. But I do feel like, you've had to admit some very specific boundaries with very specific people in your life. Understanding that throughout it all, you've had support, but it was also, I think, a lot of it for you guys have been about learning self-control. Learning when to say something, learning when to take action, learning when not to. Being more presently aware of your intuitive sense that you either felt a nudge to move forward or you felt the nudge to sit down. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. But being aware of what that meant for you during this period of time. So just be mindful of that energy and why it's there right now. Or maybe, for some of you, this may be the tail end of it. For others of you, you may have already started. Everybody's timeline is going to be different. So, again, another 5, Angel of Strength. In the past, there's the need to have the perseverance, the fortitude, the energy to just kind of trudge away through the things that you were going through. Finding strength. I also feel like for some of you, to me that's Leo energy in this deck. It was like finding the confidence within yourself to look any bullshit in the eye. Okay? It's like the need, again, I think about that Ace of Swords that Spirit showed me a little bit ago. The need to go, this is clearly what I need to do right now, and not being afraid to mentally take on that challenge. This seems more to me like mental energy. So, you know, Aries, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, that, you know, finding the fortitude to go through these things. And this blossoming abundance for the present energy comes out in the sideways position. So I will read them like that. Things are turning. The wheel is turning. You are getting to where it is that you need to go. With this blossoming abundance, I see a lot of like sunshine, happiness, eyes on the money, eyes on the prize, perhaps. Things that are golden, things that are beautiful, things that are balancing out. You may find yourself in collaborations with other people. You may find yourself just feeling a sense, and I'm hearing from Spirit, a sense of community, of what feels good to you. This is about coming into the light of what feels good to you. This 5 and this 3, 8, it's a new cycle. And as I said, with Taurus and Scorpio moving out of that North and South node, and Aries and Libra moving into it, we have moved and we are moving out of these karmic cycles that we've been in for the last 18 months, regardless of your sign. And now we're opening up new chapters here. And I do think that for those of you who have, if you're on here, you're probably doing the work, or at least making the attempts of, right? So if you've been on the better side of your intentions and karma, and letting go of resentment, you know, finding a space in your soul and self for forgiveness of things that have not been serving of you, or you've sat back and you've watched things happen, you know, it's coming around that you have, you know, those karmic rewards, if that's what you want to call them. I call it fate. You know, going into something, if you're doing things for the right reasons or not. For those of you who have not been, you know, yes, again, you're closing out some karmic cycles. I might have to sneeze. Exactly. Excuse me, and thank you. But what you've nurtured, you're going to see grow as you've moved through, I can't talk, moved through with positive intentions. For anybody who has been in some low vibing energies, I hate to just go, it's the opposite, right? Like there's the contrast between understanding what it is, you know, you need to come from a space of good intentions, or coming from a place of hurt and you know, lashing out. So again, be aware, just always be aware, right? And then future energy, Spirit, for the collective, please. Future energy. Second chakra. So your desires. What are you forming into desires? I'm going to tell you that this card is feels like very independent energy to me, breaking down to a 9, right? It's like I see this card, I think of the 9 of Pentacles, I think of the 9 of Cups, thinking of the 9 of Wands. Like it's been a hard fought battle to get to where it is that you are. But now with this cornucopia sitting in the underneath, with that rest and rejuvenation in the journey, you're walking away from the things that have not served you, right? It's time to get up and start over. It's time to get up and start new. And I think with this is you're learning to pause, you're learning to reflect, you're learning to understand, and just be in a place of stillness. That 10, right? 10 ends, new beginnings. That card of cornucopia, 2. You have a 2 and a 2 here. So 2s could be very important to you at this time. You may be seeing 2-2 or 2-2-2. With that, golden abundance. I'm going to tell you of this deck, this blossoming abundance and that cornucopia card are some of the most beautiful cards, and it's transformative. It's being able to collect the harvest, you know, of the work that you've done, and following your intuition while doing it all during that time. So Spirit just said it's fine to be at a place of stillness and peace. And I think for some, and I had this conversation with somebody not long ago, and I said, you know, I think that so many of us have run on the dramatics of how crazy life can be. You know, there's this real high highs, there's real low lows. And I would say, especially if you're a water sign, you feel that, right? For air signs, you may, you know, you think about it more. Fire signs, you dive into it. Or, you know, pentacles, earth signs, whatever you want to refer to that as well. Trying to maintain yourself during it. That it's okay to just, at any given point, regardless of your sign, to just experience what is going on in your world, to be present in your world. But I will say that you've held, for those of you who have held strong and been very confident in just going, I know that there's a way forward, there you are. Here you are. It may seem like it was a hard, long fight to get to where you are, or even where it is you're going if you can't quite see it yet. But you've held on to the idea of your desires, and I don't feel like you're letting anything throw you off balance in that regard moving forward. So let's do a little bit of clarifying here, and then we're going to wrap this up. We're going to keep it short and sweet today. Just to come back around, say hello, hope you guys are doing well, and we are going to get back on with life here soon. So, all right, what is this angel of strength for the collective, please, Spirit? I talked about that Nine of Pentacles. There it is. Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Again, talking about self-mastery and self-control, right? When you look at the original strength card in the tarot deck, she's got her hands on the lion. She is taming, essentially, that inner beast in some ways, and that's how that feels to me. I think you were holding back on certain things. You were kind of like, not showing all your cards, per se. So it's like, you had to find that mastery within the self. And I think that sometimes you were reserving, and you had to reserve, and you may still be reserving what is for you, right? You're not diving in, jumping in head first anymore, because it created a lot of confusion. That Tower card of Scorpio and Capricorn, to me anyhow, it created a lot of confusion, and you had to kind of pick through the confusion. You may still be picking through the confusion at this time as well. Wheel of Fortune, positive turn of events. Karmic cycles, again, ending. Things coming to balance. Pulling things together on your behalf at this time, whether you see it or not. Walking away from the things that are not serving you. Finding the strength and the courage to do so with the Six of Wands moving forward, right? That Six of Wands, very important there to me. Because it's like you're picking a direction. You've had to pick a direction. You've had to make a choice. And I'm going to say that you're finding the choices that create freedom to be much more alluring than the ones of staying in the energy that you've been in the past. And that's a great big positive. That blossoming abundance, there's the Eight of Pentacles. I also feel like for some of you, you're cutting your losses as well. No longer making the investment into things that are not serving of you. This is blossoming abundance. Six of Swords, Ace of Swords. With that in reverse, they're both in the reverse position, the Lovers. When I talk about cutting your losses, if it creates confusion, it creates stagnancy. If it feels like it's sucking you back in, you're not going to do it, because anything that doesn't feel healthy to you, if anything doesn't feel right to you, if it doesn't feel like it's just in that state of flow that I've talked about from the moment I've turned this camera on, I don't think you're entertaining it anymore. We got the Three of Wands. You will, Ace of Wands, you're taking action to move away from these things, and you're protecting yourself. I think that for the majority of you, you have learned, again, very valuable lessons over the last 18 months as we end this cycle. And through that, you're recognizing what doesn't work. You've learned these lessons around maybe lies and deception. You've learned the lessons about hanging on to things that are not serving you. You've learned about constantly waiting for maybe, I'm going to call them falsified promises to come through. And you recognize that anything outside of you, anything in the external world, I don't feel like you're relying on it anymore. It's like you don't want to have, if it doesn't create that flow, you're not going to entertain it. You're taking action towards what makes you feel good and leaving behind the rest. If it's not clear, there's no room here for it. Again, I'm going to go back to, it's been a long, hard road for some of you, and I'm not knocking anybody else, but I think fixed signs, again, have really been the ones to feel this heaviness of understanding where they need to invest into. So this second chakra for the collective, please, Spirit. Nine of Swords in the reverse, so anxiety, worry, Temperance, learning to balance that out. That Page of the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I think for some of you there may be a Nine of Pentacles again. I think for some of you, there is some concern about whether or not moving forward, how this works out, how this is going to benefit you. And it may be tied to your finances, the desires that you have moving forward. Easy statement to say, have faith. But it's a very, what's the word? It's very important for you to trust that where you're heading is exactly where you need to be. That Spirit is working divinely for you, so that you can get there. And I'm going to say the only thing you have to do is master your emotions. I know, right? Simple task. Easier said than done. But I think that for, again, the majority of you, you have learned some sort of mastery when it comes to the self. Learning to sit back and just not react, but rather respond, and even asking yourself, is it worth responding to? So with that, it's like you may feel as if things aren't coming into balance fast enough for you, but Spirit is saying, above all, choose you. Plain and simple. So whatever that means for each of you, take it as it resonates. Unless I dropped a card here. That you need to choose you. This cornucopia, your burdens are done. That 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse. This is about you moving forward. If the choices that are being handed to you at this time do not light you up, fire you up, and make you feel good, you're just not entertaining it. If it feels heavy and hard, you're letting it go. For some of you, Spirit is also saying that you didn't know finding your happiness could be so hard. I talked before I started the reading. If you're doing the work, it's not that it's not hard, and it's not that it's easy. It's simply the fact that you have to learn these karmic lessons, these soul lessons. This is for your soul's growth. And it can seem hard, it can seem heavy, it can seem absolutely exhausting. But what comes out on the other side of that is absolutely beautiful. It has been a long, hard fought battle to get to where you are. To find that peace, to find that joy, to let the sun, you basking in the sunlight, right? But you're there. You're there. Life is moving forward. Things are moving forward. It's transformation. It's lighter energy. I got chills. I got crazy chills as soon as I said that. It's learning this space of freedom within you so that you can light yourself up and help yourself and help the people around you, or if you're a light worker and that's what you do, so that you can move forward in this energy, so you can make these changes that are going to uplift you moving forward, and you're going to be able to reach that space of desire, right? So don't dwell too much on the past and the lessons. I don't really feel like most of you are, but I do think there's like this idea of nostalgia, like stepping back into it, paying attention, very much reviewing the lessons as this cycle closes. And if you're not, you have to be in a space of review and go, what did I learn? I don't think you're hanging on to it, but also don't let it shake your faith moving forward. You've managed to get here from over here. Keep pushing forward. Plain and simple, just keep pushing forward. All right? So, collective. Keep it short and sweet today. I hope everybody is doing fantastic and well. I'm so happy to be back on here. It's been crazy for me. I've been very out of my element, which has been strange, but it's beautiful to be back here. So guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit that notification bell. You'll get notices every time a video goes out. Thank you for liking the video. Please feel free to like that button, or like the video, hit that button, blah, blah, blah. I'm clearly out of sync, right? And then you guys can check me out at holisticallyzenwv.com. That's our full retail space. Running a little low on some stuff, but new things are coming in. We're revamping for the second half of the year here. A lot of good and exciting things to come, working on those, getting these videos out to you guys, getting back in the state of flow with what makes me feel good and lights me up. So I hope everybody is doing well and fantastic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.